Hi everyone and welcome to the Mushroom Den. So today I want to bring you the recipes for 5 easy vegan puddings that are low in carbs and that are just the perfect summer dessert. Now before we get started on the actual pudding recipes, we're going to quickly prepare a whipped cream that we're going to use to top off each of our puddings. And here I have a can of cold coconut cream. I just put it in the fridge the night before, and to that I'm going to add some lemon juice and some powdered erythritol. So you just want to whip everything for a few minutes until it gets creamy. Put that in the fridge and let's go ahead and get started on our puddings. So for our lemon pudding, we're going to place a saucepan on medium-low, and to that we're going to add some coconut milk, some lemon juice, and our powdered sweetener. You can also do stevia drops. You want to whisk everything and give it a taste. And here I could do with 1 more tablespoon of that sweetener. And we continue with some vanilla paste. Now the vanilla paste is very concentrated, so if you're doing the vanilla extract, you're gonna have to double the amount. Next we're adding the key ingredient, which is the agar powder, and that's what's gonna give us that pudding consistency minus the carbs. So once the agar powder is fully dissolved, you wanna add a dash of turmeric, and this is essentially for the color. Whisk everything in until you get that beautiful golden color and turn off the heat. Our base is ready. Now I got this cool ramekin set from Amazon, and I think they're just the perfect size for these puddings. Each of these is about 4 ounces, so I think it's just the perfect portion. So I'll grab the yellow one for our lemon pudding. Now our pudding base yields about 2 servings. So once I put this one in the fridge to set, I'll pour the rest in this dessert glass. And the goal is to have a layered pudding cup. Now about an hour or so later, our pudding is ready, and we're going to top it off with the whipped cream we prepared earlier. And my favorite time to prepare any recipe is to taste, and I love the texture of this pudding, the tartness you get from the lemon. Those vanilla notes are definitely there, but not overpowering. It has the right amount of sweetness, but no aftertaste compared to what you get from regular sweeteners. And if you care, it's only 6 grams of net carbs. Alright, for our chocolate pudding, we're back on the stove on low heat, and we're adding our coconut milk, our sweetener, some rum extract, and of course some cocoa powder. Here I'm starting with just 1 tablespoon. Now you want to whisk and give it a taste. And I think we can do with another tablespoon of cocoa powder. Whisk everything and let it simmer for about a minute or so. Then add the agar powder. And our chocolate pudding base is ready. Pour the base in one of the small ramekin and put it in the fridge to set. And pour the rest on top of the lemon pudding, which is already set. Pop that in the fridge as well. And after about an hour, our chocolate pudding is ready. Top it off with the whipped cream and some grated chocolate. And you can dig in. It's sweet, creamy, definitely chocolatey, with a slight note of rum. Next, for the salted caramel, you want to add the coconut milk to the saucepan on low heat, followed with some brown sugar sweetener. Now I did 3 tablespoons, but I could have gone away with 2. So I suggest you start with 2 tablespoons and then decide whether you want to add an extra one. Next you want to add that vanilla paste or vanilla extract and a pinch of salt. Whisk everything and let it simmer for about a minute or so. Then add the agar powder. Give it another whisk to incorporate, and you can turn off the stove. Pour the base in the ramekin that you're going to place in the fridge to set. With the rest, you can start another layered cup and place it in the fridge to set. Next, we're going to make a quick salted caramel sauce. And to our saucepan, we're going to add some plant milk, some of that brown sugar sweetener again, vanilla paste, and salt. Let everything simmer on low heat for about 5 minutes until it reduces and you get that syrup-like consistency. And the salted caramel sauce is ready. So later on, our pudding is ready as well, serving it with our whipped coconut cream and drizzling that delicious caramel sauce. Now this one was really good, but then again, salted caramel is my favorite dessert flavor, so I might be a bit biased. Just remember to check how sweet you want it to be. Now we're back on the stove on low heat for our mint pudding, and we're adding the coconut milk, the sweetener, the peppermint extract, and a dash of spirulina. You can also do matcha powder. It's really just for the color. Now you want to whisk it as much as possible, and I was getting some lump from the spirulina, so I decided to use my immersion blender just for a few seconds. Now that's perfect. You want to let it simmer for about a minute or so, then add your agar powder, give it a quick whisk, and the base is ready. Now just to be safe, I'm using a strainer for any remaining lumps in the spirulina. And I'm going to place this in the fridge to set, and the remainder is going to go on top of the salted caramel. Place that in the fridge, and a little later our mint pudding is ready, and I'm just going to serve that with the whipped cream. It's definitely very refreshing because of the peppermint extract, and if you like anything minty, you'll like this one for sure. Last but not least, we have our raspberry pudding, and we're going to prepare a raspberry syrup. And all we're doing is cooking some fresh raspberry with a little bit of water. You want to make sure that as you're whisking, you're crushing all the raspberries, and within about 5 minutes on low heat, it should be ready. You want to strain that raspberry sauce in a jar and squeeze out as much of the juice as possible and set that aside. Next, onto the pudding itself. Add the coconut milk to a saucepan on low heat, followed with the sweetener, the raspberry syrup, which yielded about 3 tablespoons. Whisk everything and add the vanilla paste. Let it simmer for about a minute or so, then add the agar powder. Again, mix to incorporate, and the base is ready. Pour that in the ramekin and place it in the fridge to set. Now the rest, I'm going to split it between the 2 layered cups. And a few minutes later, the raspberry pudding is ready to serve. Top that off with the coconut whipped cream. And again, you have yourself a delicious dessert, perfect for the summer. I also had the pleasure to try out the layered pudding cups, and they were delicious. It was definitely interesting to have all these flavors combined. And I'm sharing all of that in my Instagram, so I hope you follow me there. Alright, so that's all I had for today. I'll put all the ingredients and recipe information in the description box below the video. Let me know if you want to see more low-carb vegan recipes. I want to make sure I make videos that you guys want to see. Alright, if you like this video, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you consider doing so. Thank you so much for watching, and on to the next video as always. Have a blessed one.